At last, the United States has begun testing its upgraded B-2 Spirit stealth bomber, and it's turning heads. After years of planning and billions in investment, the Super B-2 is finally showing what it can do. Loaded with new tech, advanced weapons, and smarter systems, this isn't just an upgrade. It's a major leap forward. So what's new, and how does it keep the B-2 ahead of today's threats? Let's dive into the details of this massive modernization. Marking 35 years since its first flight, the B-2 Spirit remains one of America's most iconic aircraft. Now, the U.S. Air Force is pushing new upgrades to keep it powerful and relevant. The story of this bomb began in the mid-1970s, when engineers discovered a revolutionary way to evade enemy radar, what we now call stealth technology. By shaping an aircraft to deflect or absorb radar waves, designers made planes that could slip through defenses almost unseen. Other tracking methods like infrared sensors or human spotters existed, but they lacked range and accuracy, especially at night. In 1974, DARPA challenged U.S. aerospace firms to determine how large an aircraft could be while staying invisible to radar. From this, Northrop and McDonnell Douglas were chosen for further development. Lockheed, already experienced in radar-reducing designs from aircraft like the A-12 and State Route 71 Blackbird, took things further. Using computer modeling, they studied how radar reflected off flat panels, creating a new faceted shape. This became the basis for the Have Blue prototype, launched in 1975, which led to the F-117 Nighthawk, the world's first operational stealth fighter. Meanwhile, Northrop pursued its own secret project, Tacet Blue, developed in 1979 at Area 51. It introduced curved stealth surfaces, fly-by-wire controls, and composite materials. Though never mass-produced, Tacet Blue's innovations shaped future stealth aircraft, especially the B-2 Spirit. These 1970s breakthroughs laid the foundation for modern stealth aviation. By blending computer modeling, new materials, and radical aircraft designs, the U.S. gained an edge in penetrating enemy defenses. Those innovations still drive progress today. The latest B-2 upgrades aim to preserve its key role in America's nuclear deterrent and enhance its long-range strike capabilities. These improvements will keep the bomber mission ready until it's eventually replaced by the next-generation B-21 Raider in the late 2020s or early 2030s. The new upgrade package, Spirit Realm 1, introduces an open mission systems architecture, the first of its kind for the B-2. Northrop Grumman calls it the aircraft's first agile, integrated functional capability. This modern framework makes it faster and easier to add new weapons or communication systems. Developed with the U.S. Air Force, the exact scale of SR-1's deployment remains classified, but one thing is clear. The B-2 Spirit's evolution is far from over. One major benefit of SR-1 is phased software updates. New features can be added incrementally without major hardware changes. SR-1 focuses on comms and weapons integration, but could later improve sensors and mission planning tools. Northrop Grumman says the upgrade also boosts survivability, though exact details haven't been made public. SR-1 also brings modern cockpit displays, giving pilots more user-friendly instrumentation that should streamline ops, cut workload, and boost situational awareness on high-stakes missions. Jerry McBree, director and acting program manager for the B-2 at Northrop Grumman, said SR-1 is delivering capabilities fast and with fewer software defects thanks to an agile development ecosystem. This agile approach matches the U.S. Air Force push to modernize legacy jets with flexible upgrade paths. McBree noted SR-1's framework helps the Air Force add new capabilities quickly, keeping the B-2 combat ready and mission relevant as the B-21 Raider nears service. While SR-1 highlights several upgrades, it doesn't explicitly list sensor changes. Those sensor improvements are likely. Earlier work under the Defensive Management System Modernization, DMS/DMSM, aimed to boost the B-2 survivability in contested environments. Launched around 2019, DMS was called the B-2's most significant upgrade. It focused on electronic warfare, threat ID/classification, and better coordination with external sensors. That coordination means the B-2 can share and receive real-time data with other assets, building a fuller picture of enemy defenses. DMS also reportedly added an electronic intelligence capability, letting the bomber collect critical data to improve mission planning and targeting. SR-1 was developed inside the Spirit Realm Software Factory, a software center set up by Air Force Global Strike Command and the B-2 Systems Program Office in December 2022. The facility speeds design, testing, and deployment of software updates and helps integrate new tools with legacy systems without disrupting operations. One high-value future weapon for the B-2 is the 5,000 pounds GBU 72/B Bunker Buster, a 5K with JDM guidance. Reports and contract filings suggest Northrop Grumman may integrate this munition under broader modernization efforts. Adding a weapon like the GBU 72/B would let the B-2 hit deeply buried bunkers, command centers, and other hardened targets that need heavy penetration. Integrating new weapons like the GBU 72/B fits perfectly with the B-2's recent SR-1 upgrade, which introduced open mission systems architecture. This flexible setup lets engineers add new weapons, sensors, and communications through quick software updates and modular tweaks, helping the bomber adapt faster to modern threats and missions. With stealth, endurance, and a broad weapons range, the B-2 remains central to America's long-range strike and nuclear deterrent strategy. These new munitions will only boost its relevance alongside the upcoming B-21 Raider. Though there's no confirmed date for full GBU 72/B integration, ongoing investments in modernization strongly suggest it's coming soon. The B-2's firepower continues to evolve for 21st century warfare. Future additions may include advanced hypersonic missiles, weapons that fly beyond Mach 5, striking distant, high-value targets with unmatched speed and precision. However, not every new weapon will join the B-2's arsenal. The AGM-181A long-range standoff missile, LRSO, a next-gen nuclear cruise missile, has been ruled out due to high costs and technical limits of the aging platform. Earlier this year, the Air Force confirmed that a B-2 that made an emergency landing at Whiteman Air Force Base in December 2022 was too badly damaged by fire to repair and would be retired. The incident led to a 6-month grounding of the entire fleet for safety inspections, a reminder of the challenges of maintaining such complex aircraft. With that loss, only 19 operational B-2s remain out of the original 20. Each surviving bomber is now even more valuable, continuing to play a key role in America's nuclear and long-range strike missions. Though it will eventually be replaced by the B-21 Raider in the late 2020s or early 2030s, modernization efforts like SR-1 and the DMSM program keep the fleet combat ready. In contrast, another B-2 damaged in a 2021 Whiteman incident was fully restored and sent to Northrop Grumman's Plant 42 in Palmdale, California, for further repair. In total, only 21 B-2s were ever built at Plant 42 in the late 1980s, and one was lost in a 2008 crash in Guam, making each aircraft uniquely valuable. Every 9 years, each B-2 undergoes deep maintenance at Plant 42, including a full systems overhaul and reapplication of its radar-absorbing coating, a process so detailed that 2 bombers are typically in depot at any time. The B-2 remains one of the most advanced and expensive aircraft ever built, but as it ages, maintaining its complex systems becomes increasingly difficult. Many of its avionics still date back to the mid-1980s, making modern upgrades time-consuming and costly. Still, continuous updates and advanced integration programs ensure the Spirit remains a vital force, even after nearly 4 decades in service. That's why the shift to an open mission systems architecture is so vital for the B-2 Spirit. This new design makes it easier to add new software and technologies without major overhauls. Using modular upgrades and agile development, the Air Force can keep the B-2 effective against modern threats while avoiding the long delays typical of legacy upgrades. Since only a handful of B-2s were ever built, each one is almost a custom aircraft, rare, valuable, and highly specialized. Over the years, major efforts have gone into keeping these bombers combat ready through upgrades and modifications. Any system that speeds up this process in the B-2's remaining service years is a huge advantage. The Spirit Realm 1 SR-1 Initiative highlights the Air Force's goal to keep the B-2 combat capable well into the next decade, until it's eventually replaced by the B-21 Raider, which will take over from both the B-2 and B-1B Lancer. In November 2023, the B-21 program hit a key milestone when its first prototype successfully completed its maiden flight, beginning flight testing toward full operational service. Even with the Raider on the horizon, the B-2 still has years of active duty ahead, making upgrades like SR-1 essential. The new architecture allows faster integration of communications, sensors, and advanced weapon systems. Unlike its older, rigid framework, this software-driven design lets engineers roll out updates quickly across the fleet. With this approach, the B-2 can rapidly adapt to new threats, improving awareness, mission planning, and strike capability. More importantly, SR-1 represents a cultural shift in how the Air Force modernizes older aircraft. Instead of waiting years for massive upgrades, improvements can now be added gradually, keeping the B-2 lethal, flexible, and mission-ready even as it nears retirement.